Hey friends, what's up? Sam back today with another video. For today's video, I wanted to do a walkthrough of the inside part of the haunt, where we have been working for the last handful of episodes here. The haunt now is probably 95+% done, so I just wanted to do a slow walkthrough and kind of show everything that we've done and do a behind-the-scenes look and kind of talk about everything. Alright, so before we get started on that, if you guys can like and subscribe, it's the #1 way to support the channel, and I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. Alright, let's get started here. First, you're going to notice there's a lot of props where I'm at. We're in the alien scene right now, but all these guys will slide outside, come closer to Halloween. They're just in here right now to be protected from the rain and the elements. But pretty much everything in here other than the alien back there, and the aliens on the walls, of course, are gonna go out into the backyard portion of the haunt. So we'll put them out closer to Halloween. But yeah, let's get started. I'll do a walkthrough and kind of show everything that's going on here. Alright, so we're in the red lobby room. This is the first scene. You can see I have the moving books plugged in. This is such a cool piece. This was actually donated to us from someone who lives in the area who also used to do a home haunt. But he actually built this himself, and it's an incredible piece here. Alright, and then we have Face Off. Yeah, I think she's gonna freak out a lot of people. I really enjoyed how I programmed it so all the lights turn off. I think that's gonna be a pretty good jump scare. Here is the meat puppet. Of course, I have the curtains up now, so you can't really see much back there, but there'll be someone back there manning him on Halloween night. We'll have a light inside the oven also, then it kind of gives it that it's on and running look. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's keep going through the kitchen here. And then on Halloween night, of course, we're going to have a bunch of actors in here. There'll be maybe 3 or 4 actors in the haunt. And they're going to be what's triggering most of the poison props here. Face Off will go off on her own, like she just did. But Puppetized here will be triggered by an actor that will be stationed in this room. Let's kind of show you guys the staging of the room real quick. Alright, let's keep going. And I'll trigger him real quick. He's a pretty cool piece. Alright, and then I have these up right here for some kind of crowd control, so no one gets slapped by him. He flails pretty hard, and I just don't want that chain or anything part of him to come and hit a guest. Alright, let's keep going into the dungeon. Of course, we'll have an actor in here as well. Here is Hanging Meat. He'll be triggered by an actor. I'll go ahead and trigger him for you guys. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Very realistic movements. Maybe, I don't know, I think he's one of the most realistic looking props that we have. Alright, one other thing I want to show you guys. So, throughout the haunt, we wired through all of the airlines, right? So those airlines are actually exiting the garage here and going into the house where I will have the air compressor staged. The purpose of that is just because air compressors are loud, right? So it really takes away from the ambience if they're running and overpowering all the props in the ambient music. But I'll just show that right now for you guys, in case anyone's going to do something similar. But yeah, you see I just have the air compressor inside here running, and then that way you can't really hear it out here in the garage. All right, let's keep moving. Here is Ceiling Fly. I'm super excited to see how this scene's going to go this year. I have some cameras that I'm gonna put up in this corridor and probably throughout the haunt as well, just to get some reaction footage. Yeah, let's trigger him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. And I don't know, it's just unique having a prop that kind of comes down from the ceiling like that. You just don't expect it. All right. And he's probably maybe about 6 feet up or so. So the bottom part of him is about 6 feet. So, you know, you're going to have to, some people might have to duck a little bit under him, but pretty cool. All right, let's go into the circus scene here. We'll move through here. We'll have an actor or two in this scene. Here is the clown window jumper here. He is plugged in. I'll go ahead and demo him for you guys here real quick. Show the rest of the scene first. All right, let me demo him for you guys. And to trigger him, before I do that, the trigger is back behind this wall here. So that way we can have an actor who can trigger him. There's his sensor right there. If you just run your hand by the sensor, it will trigger him. And then the actor can double as a scare and open this window curtain here and scare people. All right, let me show that to you guys here real quick. All right, I tried my best there. Yeah, I'm not as good as our amazing actors. You guys will have to wait and see our walkthrough on Halloween night when we have all of our live actors here. They are super talented. But this will be a pretty cool scene here because, yeah, they can leverage that jump scare over there. They can trigger the clown jumper here, and yeah, super excited to see how this scene goes and the type of scares and reactions we get. This guy, as you guys can see, is named Lavender Larry. So there he was. He's pretty cool. Yeah, and that is actually pretty much the end of the interior portion. So you'll go back out here, then this will empty back out into the alien scene, which isn't quite finished yet and filled with props. So, and then you'll exit through the garage door here, and that's the end. Okay, friends, that is pretty much all that I have for you today. Yeah, I just wanted to do a slower kind of behind-the-scenes walkthrough of the interior part of the haunt here and kind of showcase everything that we've been working on for the last couple weeks. But yeah, I'm super happy how it all came together. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below, comments. I really appreciate anyone commenting. If you guys can, once again, like and subscribe. It means a ton to me, and it's the best way to support the channel. Coming down the pipeline, I'll get a couple videos out of the actual haunt with our live actors here. We'll be open for a couple nights, so maybe I'll get a reaction video out as well. Also, this weekend, we will be in a parade, so I plan on releasing some footage of us walking in the parade and what we have in store for that. All right, once again, I really appreciate everyone watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video.